got some treats today. Been waiting for this for a really, really long time, haven't we, baby?
Yeah.
We kind of just decided this would be a good place to start, getting a really nice microphone for music and voiceovers and stuff. I don't really know very much about this sort of thing, so I kind of let my partner take the reins on this one because they do a lot of research for this sort of stuff. So how come you decided on these ones in particular, baby?
I just thought for the kind of content that you want to do in the future, you want to do a mix of like podcasts, gaming voiceovers, and a lot of musical stuff. So actually with live instruments and recording your voice in kind of a semi-ambient home studio kind of setup, I guess. This would be a really good pick to go with. I read through a lot of reviews about it. It's a lot of good stuff. Of course, there's pros and cons, but for this kind of price point, just being around the $200 mark, it was a really highly rated USB microphone. And that's what you kind of wanted, something simple. You want it to stick within the USB microphone range because they're really easy to set up. It's compatible with iPads, Mac OS, Windows, Vista, so that's going to work for all of the technology we have here at home. So we thought this one would be great for future projects.
I think you chose very well, baby. Like, I don't think I would have been able to, like, evaluate which one would have been the best, because I've always just been kind of like, I just want to get better equipment to improve my YouTube channel, but I haven't really known where to start because there's so many different options and they all seem much more complicated than just filming with my iPad and doing it in iMovie, which has been very, very basic editing, but it's also not very high quality.
Well, to be honest, you can do good quality voiceovers with just any kind of mid to high-end smartphone in most brands, or iPad even, but it depends on the studio, the setup that you're in. You can still do good quality recordings with a mic that's only around the $100 mark. Like, you don't have to feel restricted or feeling like you have to spend a certain amount to get the kind of content that you want. It's all about, I guess, versatility, creativity, and how you use your environment and surroundings. That makes a big difference in the sound quality. So we have a lot of work to do with turning a certain part of the room into a good home studio to do future recordings in.
Definitely. That would be awesome.
So we minimizing background noise and things like that.
And I think it's like pretty important for people to know that, you know, you don't have to have the big fancy setup to be able to be a YouTuber. Like, I've always thought that the whole thing is like anyone can be a YouTuber, no matter how basic your equipment is. But I think I'm ready to kind of work towards going to that next level because, yeah, I just want to improve my qualities and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, quality does unfortunately have a big effect on who follows like your videos and your channel, because when people see something that's kind of not up to the, I guess, average standard you see with just a lot of even just vlogging YouTubers these days, people tend to click away from it.
It's a shame that it's so driven by that, because you'd think that a lot of people subscribe to you for the person, for the personality, the commentary, but it's just so weird that the things like the editing and the video quality, like not even the content, just how well it's recorded and edited really affects how people stay.
That's kind of a whole, I guess, part of the package, is that the editing and the way that you put the content together, kind of, if you put a lot of time and effort into it, it does really draw people in, because it's easier to watch in some ways, it's more accessible for some people. And yeah, it shouldn't be the main factor, but it does have a lot to do with accessibility and just, I guess, people find clearer quality of sound and video to be more enjoyable and pleasing aesthetically, so people are going to be more drawn towards that.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because it's fine to get started with just the most basic equipment that you have, and then save up and work up towards better equipment. And
definitely,
it doesn't matter how long it takes to do that, to get to, and how long it takes you to learn skills to be able to edit your videos in a more effective way. It's just a process of trial and error, and you'll figure out your own style and
we've got the Audio Technica AT 2020 USB Plus.
Yes, so this comes with the little tripod stand.
Very cute.
Also comes with the USB cord, which
Connects to that.
and obviously for iPads, that's why we need the Lightning USB camera adapter or Lightning to USB. Most people have said this works fine for being able to work with iPad software with these kind of USB microphones. So we'll testing that out for the first time. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to do it a bit differently from how I've usually done it, which is just pressing play on the camera. I guess I'll have to do it a bit differently from that because I don't know whether the microphone will run at the same time as camera and whether it'll pick up other audio. I think it'd be too hard to do it that way, so I might have to look into starting to use multiple softwares.
Yeah, so this was from JB Hi-Fi. If you're an Australian viewer and you're buying it in Australia or New Zealand, I think the prices are fairly similar. It's around the $200 to $240 mark. It's on sale at the moment for around $200, so it's not the priciest USB mic. It's definitely not at the low end. There's some for less than $100 that you can use, and obviously they're not going to be the same kind of quality that you might get from this or the Blue Yeti, for example, but if you put a pop filter on them, that's going to go a long way to helping the quality. And pop filters are not expensive. They're like $25 to $30. You can get this or the freestanding kind that can move around a bit more, but we thought that this one that just clips on would be better for what you want to use it for, so you can...
Absolutely.
So yeah, that clips onto the mic. It has the clip there. I haven't opened it yet. And then we have our adapter, and this is not very pricey in terms of stereo headphones. They're not Bluetooth or noise cancelling. It's just really basic $50 headphones. Yeah. Sony's a good brand though. Sony usually has pretty good quality sound. Yeah, I just wanted to get you a really simple pair. Cab isn't a huge fan of wearing headphones.
Yeah, the ones that are shaped like this that go over your whole ear, I have ears that kind of slightly stick out, so they push against it and they squash my ears and really hurt. So I'll see how these ones go. I'm led to believe that these ones are a bit more comfortable and don't squash your ears as much, but yeah, fingers crossed that'll work great. So I guess we better open up this now. So we got that. Ooh, oh! When you told me it had a bag, I thought it would just be like that fabric-y mesh sort of stuff. I didn't realize it was going to be freaking leather.
The bag is a very professional.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
It's a very nice bag.
Oh yeah, and there's the mic. I'm sorry, the first thing I saw was the bag and I didn't even... So this is the actual mic itself.
Very sturdy construction. From people who reviewed it, they said that some USB mics there's a bit more plastic in the construction. They can be a little bit flimsy or prone to breaking if you were to drop them. This one's being tested against drops, so not that we're aiming to drop it that much, but you know, it's always good to have something that's of a pretty sturdy build. That's probably a bit of an issue with it, is that the tripod stand that it comes with is apparently quite flimsy, and a lot of people have issues with it toppling over with the weight of the mic. So we may need to improvise and use blue tack or something similar to just give it a bit more support when we're using that on the desk, but that's not a huge issue for us.
This is what the tripod looks like. I don't know how do you explain it?
I believe we'll have to read the instructions.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite hefty. It's really nice weight in your hand.
I kind of got the pieces together. Not sure if I've got it 100% right yet, but it's something like this. Yep, it'll plug in there and it'll plug into whatever place we've got. In my case, it'll most likely be the iPad until we save up for a proper professional computer.
Absolutely. We're picking out the parts that we want because we're doing a home build. We want it to have basic gaming capabilities, but nothing too fancy because
yeah,
we're not PC gamers. We are all about PS4,
Yeah.
PS5. That's what we're coming up to. And Switch.
Yeah, we're more console players.
This is the pop filter. It's only $25 at Spy Stadium. And this is to stop certain letters, consonants, when you go like p and b, that popping sound when you're speaking right into a mic. That can be very grating and abrasive to the ear, I suppose. It attaches directly to the microphone, and it's heavy duty but ultra light. It's only 29 grams. Stainless mesh internal layer and a fabric mesh external layer, and it suits microphones 40 to 50 millimeters, so it looks like I got the right size.
Hopefully.
There we go. Yeah, that does fit. That fits on pretty nicely.
Nice.
Okay.
So it'll look something like that.
Okay, so that's how it fits. So that's the pop filter, and that still doesn't block the thingy, so that's nice.
Sweet.
The only issue, obviously, with this kind of pop filter is that it actually blocks access to the dials on this. So it would be a case of testing it out before you put the filter on and finding out what how you want the volume to sound. So testing both, setting them up how you want, and then turning it off, putting it in the filter, and then turning it back on and leaving those how they're set. Alright, I think we can test it out, we'll attach, after this part of the video, I guess we'll attach a clip of the audio using this, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess so. If anyone has any feedback or any advice on all this sort of stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments below, because this is very new to both of us. So
Flying in blind here.
yeah, so any advice, feedback, etc. would be really appreciated. So thank you so much, guys, and have a brilliant festive season. Catch you all later. Bye.
Bye. Hi. Farewell. Hello. I am talking into a microphone right now, and we're testing out whether the iPad, when it's actually recording and this is plugged in, is going to pick up the audio using the mic that's plugged in, or if it's going to still pick it up in there. And I guess we'll test it out. I'll talk close to the microphone, and then I'll talk away from the microphone, and then back, and then see what that sounds like on the video. Okay.
I'm doing Xbox noise.